and we're back where we left. And... Oh! Really? How far can I push it? That's probably it. So, that's just for funsies, right? That's not like... He's not fourth wall aware, right? Right? I haven't tried this. Unleash the beast. Jesus, you down one of those in a single go? What? So if I just chug a bunch of cans, if I just drink tons and tons of Monster Energy, I'm having fun with this game. Okay, I'm gonna quickly scroll by the tips, just get those annoying exclamation marks out of the way. Interviews. Okay, Hartman, tell me about chiral symmetry. Wait, is Hartman that guy we saw in the hologram? Anyways, the word chiral comes from the Greek chaid, meaning hand. Compare your left with your right. I'm actually gonna look at my hands right now. They seem similar in both size and shape. Yes, well, similar, yes. They're not identical though. Now, face your palms away from you and place one hand over the other. And the shapes do not overlap exactly. Well, yes, because... Place your palms together and voila, a match. It is as if one hand is a mirror image. Yes, this is pretty obvious stuff. But again, if you were to actually compare the mirror image of your hand to itself, you would see that the two are not identical. That is true. This is the essence of chirality, the state in which the mirror image of a shape does not match the original. It has been theorized that BTs are mirror images of ourselves. Were we to exist in the same point in time and space, our shapes, as it were, would not overlap neatly onto one another, save in reflection. When our particles meet their opposites, a void out occurs. The new form of communication we have devised utilizes beaches, which are akin to mirrors reflecting this world and the other, hence the term chiral network. Huh. Okay, so hands are definitely important. The prints left by the BTs are hand-shaped. This is interesting. The beach as a mirror image. I'm gonna have to look closely next time, see if character models and such are mirrored next time we're on a beach. BTs are mirror images of ourselves. Now that's interesting. A theory, of course. When our particles meet their opposites, a void out occurs. That sounds a lot like what happens in JoJo Part 7 with a certain stand. I'm not gonna spoil it in case anyone's interested. But there's certainly the idea of counterparts meeting each other being bad. It's certainly a thing in not only JoJo's but a lot of stuff. It's also it kind of feels reminiscent of the idea of matter and antimatter canceling each other out. Though they can't possibly be made out of antimatter because they would react with the matter in the atmosphere. Like the atmosphere has matter. Air is matter. Anyways, chiralium. You would like to know more about chiralium? Well, wouldn't we all? I'm happy to present the latest theories, but you must be aware that this is all that they are, theories. Chiralium, like dark matter, was born along with our universe and has existed ever since, just not in a dimension we were able to perceive until now. It is the beach that gives us access to that dimension, and with it knowledge of chiralium's existence. Not just knowledge of it, of course. We have since observed it coalescing into crystalline form and recorded measurable physical and mental effects on individuals exposed to it. It has reshaped our understanding of reality and proven instrumental in the formulation of the multiverse theory of beaches. Ooh, are we doing multiverse shit? Chiral matter is not affected by the passage of time. As far as these particles are concerned, none has elapsed since the Big Bang. Little wonder they escaped our notice for so long, until man and BT first came together in Void Out and left nothing but chiralium in their wake. Many of these claims are yet to be verified, but I believe that this is a fair summary of the scientific community's current consensus on the matter. No pun intended. I shall soon be heading west with the first expedition, and I look forward to learning more about chiralium and its connections to the beach along the way. How curious. Okay, so dark matter. Oh, I keep forgetting. Is dark matter and antimatter the same thing? I don't think so. But dark matter... No. Dark matter is like... where we can observe physical phenomenons, whatever. Where we can observe one phenomenon or more that implies the presence of matter, but none can be observed. That's dark matter. Or that's the theory of dark matter, that there has to be something, but we can't see it, so it is considered dark, similar to how black holes can't be seen. But they must be there because of the obvious gravitational pull to a certain point. Chiral matter is not affected by the passage of time. As far as these particles are concerned, none has elapsed since the Big Bang, which is super interesting because the Big Bang, like time, started existing with the Big Bang. Like, before the Big Bang, there wasn't space nor time. There's no, like, a common misconception, or like a common idea that is discussed is like, what was before the Big Bang? And the answer is, there was no before the Big Bang. There was simply nothing existing. There was no time. Time began with the Big Bang. Similarly, what is outside the universe? Nothing. Chiral printer interface, I'm gonna go pick that up. You need to recover stolen by the mules. Be warned that mules suffer from drone syndrome and won't relinquish stolen cargo easily. Yeah, we read about this in an interview. PCC. Chiral construction. Head out. I guess the PCC is for like...
Order assigned.
I'm not entirely sure, but... like likewise, there is no outside the universe because... in the Big Bang created space. And inside that space is the universe. Huh, there's something interesting over there. How are you doing, BB? Huh. Did I have a toy that played that song when I was a kid? I feel like I might have. So anyways, we need to go somewhere in here. Now what is this? I'm not sure, but it seems like a good point to go to. Okay. Is that the bedroom? The restroom? Oh well. So I'll be...
Weapons restrictions lifted. Call it a rule or a habit, but most mules almost always bring stolen shipments home with them. Find the post box, steal back the cargo. Simple as that. But be careful. These guys are armed. If this goes sideways, be ready to fight.
Be ready to fight? I have an attack button? Huh. Looks like a Miguel combo from Tekken. Let's see that. There's a ladder there. What does this sign mean? It's a marker. Well, someone was kind enough to put up a ladder. So I'm gonna do that. Climb up here, and then I'm going to... Oh! Can I? Yeah, I can.
Today's a good day.
Thanks. Ezio. Ezio's...
Drop site. We recommend you use a watchtower to confirm the location of the post box containing our cargo.
I see.
Mule drop sites are rarely deserted, so remaining undetected
I don't like
is
that.
key. Keep a low profile and move slowly to minimize noise.
Now let's see. What's this do? It's just a sign that shows the way. Let's see. Oh, very nice. I don't know. Oh, stealth. I see. Can't say I expected there to be like very serious stealth element in this game, but I don't mind it. Let's see, I kinda lost my route here. Though I suppose that's a good enough reason as any to no, not the canteen, the PCC. What's my mouse pointer doing here? Climbing anchor. Strand can be used to bind human enemies. Harry attacks at close quarters. Oh well. Grab a PCC. Use. Use R3 to change pages. Hold. Oh, okay, okay. So then down. I want to build a watchtower. But where though? I'm actually gonna head up there. Because I might not be an expert, but it seems to me like height is important for a watchtower, and I can see down there some stuff. Huh. Curious.
Construction complete.
Right. Can I mark it here? I can't. I can, but I can't. For some reason, I'm not allowed to. Can I see any dudes? Yes. Is that also dude? Would appear so. Anything? Oh. It's still very interesting seeing those things. I see a ladder there. So, go. Over there we have the center. Okay, we have one marker there. Gonna keep staying low. Let's see, we got... Hope that doesn't alert them. Fuck. Just wanna... Okay, so there we got the mule guy. Gonna make my way down here slowly. Gonna make use of this ladder right here. Ouch. Doesn't seem... Can't see anyone nearby. Unless... Is that a person? It looks like a person. Now I would prefer... Can I? Okay, that seems pretty good. That's a magic shovel. And unlock this post box. Oh shit, is this all the stuff they have? Can I access my box? I don't think so. So, I'm pretty heavily loaded now. Let's see. Actually, did I miss the most important thing? Is this where I found the mule boots? Whose favorite mules? Their old-fashioned design isn't particularly hard-wearing, and they tend to break fairly easily. Resins. Oh yeah. Oh dear. What if I carry it by hand? No. I'm gonna carry it on my back. I'm gonna confirm. And then I'm gonna make it out of here. Real sneaky like. This cargo doesn't seem very securely loaded onto my back. It seems like I should be tipping over right about now. I'm gonna like this ladder because it helped me. Okay. Don't topple over now. Come on. Don't want to have too much momentum going in. I really hope I can... Oh. Grab... Climb. No, 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 no. And thanks for putting this rope here. I'm curious. If I had been playing this game... If I had been playing this game a lot earlier...
Damn addicts chasing a cargo high. Shame day, AI did everything. Deliveries were handled by unmanned vehicles and drones. All we had to do was sit back and let them work. It was revolutionary, damn near singularity. No reason for it not to take off, but it didn't. People didn't like it when we took the human element out of the service industry. So, after some consideration, we put it back in. Made jobs no one really needed and gave them to folks who couldn't live without them. And from there, it snowballed. Now we got cults of cargo chasing crazies who get off on hijacking shipments. Jackal's always on the lookout for the next porter. Make sure you're not him.
That's interesting. I think I mentioned this, but I found it a very Japanese idea. That people would be like getting high off of delivering cargo.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
And
ID. Clear. Weapons detected.
I hope I'm not being unfair in saying that, but it seems that maybe it's not a Japanese idea, maybe it's just a Kojima idea. Of course he is Japanese, but there's more to him than being Japanese, certainly. Nevertheless, I felt like that's not really something you would hear in an American story at the very least.
Decontamination suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. And that's encouragement, certainly. I'm gonna make a delivery. I'm gonna start with lost cargo. Thank you very much.
Back, are you? You're trying to put the rest of us to shame. Fine by me.
Still not sure. Okay, it does boost the connection level, which might affect something. See, miscellaneous cargo condition bridge link, and whatever that top thing is. Oh wait, is that top thing the bridge link and delivery time? I don't know that I've been timed on a lot of things.
See you around.
Yeah. See you around.
Good work.
And also requested cargo.
Time to get that chiral printer in working order.
Yes.
Sorry to push you through so much trouble, but trust me, it'll be worth it.
Will it? I hope so.
Excellent. The unit doesn't have a scratch on it. Never doubted you'd come through for us.
Good.
Sam, how are your shoes holding up? Not too well, I imagine, conditions being what they are out there. Nothing ruins your day like shoes falling apart while you're on the job. Carry on like that, and it's only a matter of time before you injure yourself. I've arranged for boots to be added to your supplies. Bridge is standard issue, so they ought to fit you fine. You should always carry an extra pair. But if you forget or run into trouble, you can fabricate another via a terminal at one of our many facilities.
Alright. New interview. Nice. Oh, Bridges has added a bridge for me to build. Neat. Yep.
See you around.
Congratulations, Sam. I understand you now have access to a chiral printer.
I do.
An extraordinarily useful device that can only function because of the manner in which our network utilizes the beach, enabling us to transfer massive volumes of data instantaneously. Since under normal circumstances, such transfers would take hours, if not days, some have speculated that the chiral network might, in essence be a time machine. That it is transmitting data into the past. Suffice it to
Interesting.
say, we have yet to fully grasp the fundamental nature of the network and the beach which we have come to rely upon. One might liken our relationship with it to that of primitive mans with fire. Is it useful? Quite. Is it dangerous? Undeniably so. Nevertheless, we have decided that the reward outweighs the risk. Furthermore, as the BTs are linked to the beach, it stands to reason that further study and experimentation could be of considerable benefit. The same could be said regarding you, of course. Rest assured, I will keep you apprised of what I learn. You have my word.
Interesting.
Good work. New order available. Please access.
I'm gonna recycle. I hope I'm doing the right thing in recycling these things. Huh. Yeah, I guess basically if you transport something fast enough, it's essentially as if it's traveling in time. Share locker?
Sam, you can use share lockers to exchange cargo with other porters.
That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna see. I have more ladders than I need, so I'm gonna put one. What about PCCs? I have 1, 2. Also have a climbing anchor. I don't know what I'm doing. I think that'll be fine for now. I'm going to have a look at my cargo, and I'm actually gonna see, since this is the lightest, I'm gonna hang this on the tool rack, because I think the tool rack, see, it's a bit off to the side. Actually, how much are the boots? They're 04. And now I have something that is 06 on the tool rack. Then this and this is mostly balancing each other out. Should be. I have boots on my feet. 5, 5, 5, 5. All these things are 5. And the rest is on my back. I think that's good. I'm going to head into the private room. Actually,
we've added a bridge schematic to your PCC. The first step is laying the foundation, after which you'll have to supply additional materials to finish the job. Plenty of rivers and canyons could do with a good bridge, you know.
I
Take a
suppose.
stroll across one you built yourself, and I guarantee you'll be glad you made the effort. Give it a try.
Okay. Perhaps I will run into bridges made by other players, but so a lot of these things say level 1, suggesting to me that there's a level 2 or even a level 3 or more. For the moment, I'm gonna head into the private room. Yeah, that's about right. How we look after a long day at work. It's a bit jarring though how he just lays down in the suit with the hair tied back Then he wakes up like this.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning. Now, I'm gonna go into the terminal because I want to read some more interviews. Just gonna scroll real quick. Get rid of the exclamation marks. Actually, that was a lot of exclamation marks I might have want to read, but let's see. We were looking at locating, subduing, attack until they're unconscious. Yep. Using strands. Combine an enemy. Oh, okay. So that's probably what I wanted to do when I was sneaking up on that guy. Dodging. Okay. Okay. Huh, and I can use cargo as weapon. And cargo takes damage, of course. Oh well. Interviews. Now, Hartman can tell me about necrosis and the ancient Egyptian view of life and death. The Egyptians believed that we humans were composed of two elements, the Ha and the Ka, the body and the soul. Various texts expound upon their nature in detail, but perhaps it is simplest to conceive of them as follows. The soul is that which joins with the child in the womb and gives life to the body. It is also that which departs the body upon death. Ergo, the body is simply a vessel. Should the soul return to it, it will live again. This is precisely what is observed in near-death experiences. A soul separated, albeit briefly, from its body. The Egyptians believed death not to be an instantaneous change of state, but a process by which the soul moves from one realm into the other. Or to another, rather. But this process itself has changed thanks to the death stranding. In the normal order of things, when death occurs, the soul vacates the body and passes into the seam. From there it transitions to the beach, and only then on to the world of the dead. Okay. So the seam. Is the seam the water? I haven't quite managed to separate the seam and the bridge in my mind. The seam and the beach, rather. So the soul vacates the body, passes into the seam. From there it transitions to the beach, and then on to the world of the dead. So the beach is not the world of the dead, then. But after the stranding, a soul that has already made its journey to the beach may attempt to return to its body in this world. It was hard to believe at first, but the process of necrosis provided proof of this phenomenon that was difficult to deny. This is why it's imperative that we burn the bodies of the dead. The body must be destroyed to sever the link with the soul. Only then will the soul be free to journey to the world beyond. So is that like the main issue? Are souls being restrained? Are they being so people, the problem is like people who die naturally cause issues because their souls come back in the form of BTs. Is that what a BT is? There's still pieces to this puzzle missing, I feel. But this is certainly interesting. Chiral network from Mama. Central Knot City HQ. So the core infrastructure is complete. The basic Cupid-ready chiral network setup is good to go. Now all we have to do is connect Central Knot City to the capital and prove that it actually works. Sadly, I won't be here to see it. This is 3 years ago. I've been assigned to the expedition team's second group, so I'll be heading west with the others. But the people in charge here are the best of the best. They'll have their network operational inside of 3 years, just as planned, I'm sure of it. And while we're seeing to that, we'll be visiting towns and whatnot across the country and putting the facilities in place for when things are finally up and running. Emily and the others in the lead group will be forging the connections and laying the groundwork to make sure everything goes to plan. Afterwards, we'll just need to link it all up with operational cupids, and that should be that. Hey, it's kind of like the Apollo missions back in the day. They used a 3-stage rocket to get to the moon, right? Well, we're using a 3-stage process to do something almost as revolutionary. That's a bit of a stretch, but I guess if you want to be poetic about it. Benjamin Hancock, 2 years ago. Distribution center west of Capital Knot City. It's been about a year now since we came here with the rear guard. The first folks through did us the favor setting up the chiral relay and patching things up before we arrived, so we're doing alright. Not so sure about everyone else though. Folks back home sound kinda freaked out. We don't know what's going on in Central or Capital, let alone how Emily and the others who kept heading west are doing, but something doesn't feel right. What's more, a lot of the guys have developed some kind of agoraphobia, like the thought alone of going outside scares the shit out of them. Agoraphobia is of course the fear of open spaces. See, the distro centers and way stations around these parts here aren't like the ones back east. They're much more isolated, out in the middle of nowhere. Can't help but feel cut off from the world. And there's not a lot of staff on hand either, which means you have to do the work of 2 guys, which can make it that much lonelier too. And then you factor in the terrorism rumors. Also, is it just me, or does it feel like there's more mules out there these days? Don't get me wrong, I know they're not out to get us, all they want is our cargo, right? Well, that doesn't change the fact that they're not making our work any easier. Especially since a lot of these guys used to be first-rate porters and could run rings around us if they hadn't, Still, for now, the network systems are up and running, and we're just holding out for the day when the second expedition comes through with a working Cupid. Till then, we'll keep things chugging along. That much we can do. For bridges and country, am I right? And that was 2 years ago. And just a little while ago, I came along and actually delivered the Cupid to connect them. So, with that in mind, what's the deal with this here weapon rack? Not ready? Well, I wonder if I'll ever get, like, guns. I don't know that this is the kind of game where you would want guns, but whatever. I don't know if going on to the toilet does anything. And this is very No More Heroes. Ride with... What's that? Really? Fascinating.
That should suffice. Glad to see everything's in good working order. The latest in our line of EX grenades. I give you the number 2. As you may have surmised, this model was produced with various extracts refined from your fecal matter. We suspect that your regular consumption of cryptobiotes has led you to excrete certain compounds that may prove especially effective against BTs. If you'd like us to produce more, you need only furnish us with the requisite raw materials via your private room's toilet. I look forward to your feedback.
Your regular consumption of Monster energy drinks have caused your excretions to contain elements that will scare off even the most dangerous of predators. So anyways. What? Really? Wait. He's pointing outside? He wants to go outside? Huh? What's going on? What is there? Huh? Man, this game is crazy. See you next part.
Buried underground, but I'll keep coming.